Enterprise software design has traditionally focused on what's inside the system rather than the edge or the interface with the users. That means things like reliability, scalability, interoperability, and security were the paramount concerns. It's been all about functionality. Those concerns haven't gone away, but over the years, advances in consumer technology, where attractive and engaging user experiences are common, have raised the expectations of enterprise software buyers and users. IBM, long known for industrial or hardware design, set out to change their approach to designing enterprise software to get ahead of this market trend. In 2013, I attended the opening of a new design studio in Austin, Texas. While I was there, I met many of the people tasked with changing the way enterprise software is developed. Their mission includes a broad educational program focused on design thinking, radical changes to the design process, and the development of a new IBM Design Language to help bridge the gaps between design thinking and design doing. A few months ago, IBM decided to share their new design language with the world, so I paid another visit to Austin. I met with Cutler, the design studio program director, and Hayley Hughes, their design language lead. We started with definitions and context.
A design language in general is the overarching style or scheme that holds together a product. It's too easy with over 3,000 products to just say one size fits all, but the reality is there isn't a one size fits all answer to what we're trying to do here in terms of spreading a matter of, I don't want to say consistency, but unification across our products. So a language, when it's spoken, has its own requisite parts, a vocabulary, a syntax, a grammar, phraseology, and what we want to be able to do is to give those types of, those units of expression to others to be able to express themselves through their product as the product and the portfolio see fit. So the design language is there to express its overall IBM qualities. But at the same time, Watson, security, and social are three very different things, and we want to be able to have each of those speak their own dialect, so to speak. So by giving people a common starting place, it allows them to recombine various ideas and units to be able to come up with something that's relevant specifically for them without straying too far from what the center point is.
A design language is a communication system, and what it allows for, just like a spoken language, is for designers to have a shared understanding and a foundation from which to start building great experiences for their users. What we started with is really a set of principles. A principle is actually something that helps designers understand the quintessential qualities of what our products should look and feel like. We're really bringing in design thinking and a great framework for our problem solving here at IBM, and putting it together with design making and how our designers can actually go and look at the products and really define the look and feel.
Clearly, the language is designed to help people communicate and create great user experiences. Let's take a quick look at the three major elements of the language. We heard Hayley talk about design principles. The three major elements of the actual language today are typography, iconography, and color. Typography in the design language is described as the atomic element of interface design. From the visual type scale to weights to typesetting, they've considered everything and explained the rationale without overly constraining the designer. Iconography was probably the most surprising element for me. The attention to detail in defining attributes for creating icons that tell stories while conveying an overall IBM style was really unexpected. The language goes beyond simple rules or supplying a set of icons. The design language provides the principles and rationale for icon design that helps designers express themselves in the details while making each product instantly identifiable with IBM. Finally, color palettes provide guidance on the core and the full spectrum colors, of course, but also on details of analyzing color and contrast for accessibility and effect. And like everything else in language, these palettes are extensible. I thought it was important, after seeing what's in the language, to look at what's intentionally excluded at this point. The reference document mentions that the language is not a collection of patterns or templates, so I wanted to know why these were excluded. I like the answers.
Rather than specify patterns for people to follow, we want people to be able to use the language so that we can harvest patterns and templates out of it, but we need people to experiment and to use that language in order to get to that point. Otherwise, the templates end up stifling the innovation that the language is being designed to encourage.
When you give patterns too early, without giving a really good rationale for why that pattern exists, that people can get complacent in design and actually just adopt the pattern without understanding whether or not it's truly appropriate for that context of use or for that user. And I think that to try to give a set of patterns at IBM at the scale that we're working would be something that would be a little too soon for where we're at right now.
So as you can see, the issue isn't that they're anti-pattern, it's just too soon. Patterns should emerge naturally or organically from practices. If you try to codify patterns too soon or have someone write a pattern for other people, that'll necessarily restrict the inventiveness or creativity and inhibit the design process.
The main quality that we're trying to drive from top to bottom is this quality of being authentically thoughtful. Typically in software design, digital design in general, people don't necessarily associate either of those words together with software design, especially when we're talking about enterprise software. When we talk about IBM products being authentically thoughtful, we want our end users, not just the buyers or the implementers, we want our end users to be able to pick this up and have an innate sense that this was designed for them by another person, by a human. It's not just a collection of things that are snapped together in order to bring something to a screen, but that somebody took the time to understand what the real problem was so that there was a real solution that was associated with it. And not only that the problem and the solution were identified, but they were identified for the right person at the right time. We use the design language to be able to focus what they already know so that it brings out the inherent IBM qualities in our software, not creating some sort of cookie cutter outcome. We're choosing to share the IBM Design Language publicly, one, because there's an extreme curiosity about what we're doing here in IBM Design, and we're slowly unveiling different aspects of what we are and what we're trying to do here. And this is a major step forward for us in terms of exposing what we're doing to the broader public. We also know that our customers and our potential customers are extremely curious about what it is that we're doing and how we're going to improve our products. And so this gives them an understanding of what to expect in the days, weeks, months, years to come in terms of what IBM Design has to offer for our products and for how and for their users as well. It's not about consistency, it's about unifying, that you understand that certain elements are related to one another and that this is meant to help speed the process along. While moving faster, it's also about getting higher quality results. It's about providing experiences that our users expect from their everyday use. They wake up with iOS and Android under their pillows and they expect that level of experience in everything that they do. This is the vehicle that we can all use to start going in that direction, that it is the path forward for us to modernize our software, our product design.
That's the IBM Design Language project. It's an evolving approach to creating a unified and alluring user experience for enterprise software. In both my visits, I was impressed by how the language was being used on projects that'll have an impact on actual products. I can tell you that they've taken the mission to heart and created a powerful culture of user-centered design. The next generation of enterprise software from IBM looks great. For now, I'll give Adam the last word on his goals for the design language.
People have a choice when it comes to the software products that they use and buy. We don't want this to be a safe choice. We want it to be a desire. We want people to want the products that we create. Using the IBM Design Language for this purpose will help us make desirable products that delight our users and the marketplace.